in their economics.
No, I'm not talking about the group. I'm talking about this individual. We had this parent who had a justifiable prejudice because of their experience, and they was telling their kid not to bring home a white child, right? Now we're saying the same parent or some other black individual being prejudiced towards an Indian. This is the comparison. Remember, she asked, what about an Indian, right? And you said, yeah, no, it's not racism, it's prejudice, right? So we used the term justifiable prejudice before to describe why the parent would tell their child that. Now we're talking about the same term, prejudice, towards the Indian. Is that justified or justifiable?
I think the difference between a justification and a reason. So there might be a reason why that same black parent says no to bringing home an Asian, but it'll come from a very different place that I would argue is probably less justified.
So what's the justification, because even if it's small?
The justification would be the same reason. I wouldn't say justification. Again, there's a difference between justification and reason. The same the same reason that a white person would give protection to culture, a black woman, black parent, a black father might say to their child, for the sake of cultural preservation, I prefer not to come from anything other than black. Now, we can say from the outside that might view as racist, but actually there's a prejudice that's around cultural preservation that we might view as racist from a white power structure because it can impact us negatively. That power only serves to kind of empower ourselves. It doesn't negatively impact any white power structure for not sharing our daughters or our sons with them. It doesn't negatively impact them. Furthermore, they would be viewed, those same parents will be viewed as a negative, and that's racist. For the white parent doing exactly the same thing to any brown race, that's racism in a way that no brown parent could say about a prejudice against any other brown. I
mean, some people are going to argue that one thing I want to point out, this isn't in the presentation, but because we've gone on this, right, to be real, just to be real, right, racism, like, is a system that has got a hierarchy. All the races are in there, and to some degree, the vast majority of cultures on this planet have discrimination against black people.
Definitely.
Like we have to acknowledge that, right?
Or color code.
I'm Ugandan. I'm Ugandan.
Caste system in India where it's
no, I'm not talking about. I'm not talking internal with a race. I'm talking about other races. External, all the races. Isn't it? I'm Ugandan. The history between Indians and the Ugandans is long, complicated. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But the racist culture there existed, and we know it's there, right? It's there. Like, so we have to not avoid that reality. Whether Arab culture, very anti-black, in some places, very anti-black, right? Like, there are elements of that in Indian culture. Indians have told me this themselves. We will know. I don't need to say that to reference that fact if we're going to pretend. Because
I think there's an undercurrent of religious justification. So you've got kind of in...
Yeah, but I always say it doesn't come from the religion. Whenever we say that...